awesome weekend. It is great because it's about time to pay off your sleep credit card once again, okay? So, in this video, I will make you imagine yourself exploring level 35 of the backrooms, okay? So, before I make you explore level 35 of the backrooms, I'm going to explain a little brief overview of the backrooms. So, if you don't know what that backrooms is, it is a place that it is only accessible outside of reality, usually in the form of endless rooms in a creepypasta setting. Alright, it's based off an internet creepypasta, and there are many levels, including level 35, which you'll be exploring. So, with that in mind, let's start exploring level 35 and imagine yourself in that level. So, imagine you wake up in this level. What do you see? You see a dimly lit, that is, a lit parking lot. It's a bit gray, mostly gray-like, and it is only mildly colorful. So, it's dimly lit, it's concrete parking lot, and it is mostly empty. And it is usually devoid of any cars. It's as if you are in this parking lot at 3 a.m. in a mall that's closed. Who knows? This level 35, is surrounded by a dark abyss which should be avoided. It is a massive parking garage that you are in now. It is filled with typical warm lights, yellowish lights, as well as colored green and blue lights, which shine somewhat dimly. This complex spans 6 floors. 6 floors, okay? 6 floors, including a roof. Strangely enough, this level is finite, and there are walls along the perimeter the size of a typical parking garage, okay? Like you would observe, like earlier, okay? This parking lot is mostly empty. However, there are rare instances where you will spot a vehicle or car. Okay, so rarely a car can be spotted. Entering these vehicles might result in varying effects, which I will explain in later on, okay? Later on. Okay. So you're walking in this seemingly empty parking lot, okay? Okay. And you get to enjoy a little bit of the seemingly calm place, level 35, okay? And you try to find anything different. Okay. So, eventually, you'd want to find an exit because you kinda get a bit tired after a while of exploring this level, okay? So, exits conclus level, However, they should all be avoided at all costs. Upon approaching one, the complex fills with cars. If this does happen, the best course of action is to either proceed through the exit or to escape to the next level by climbing into one of the cars and running as fast as possible across the cars to a staircase. Passing in front or behind one of the vehicles results in it quickly accelerating. That car will continue to hit and run over until death. Who drives this car? Nobody. The car drives by itself. So like I said before, entering different cars can lead to various effects, okay. So, what determines the effects? The different cars, okay. So, I'm going to explain some effects upon entering the vehicles, at least that are known. So, if you find a black 2015 Ford Fusion vehicle, if you enter it, there is no effect, okay? It's as if you are going into somebody else's car. If you find an ambulance, sirens blare upon entering, and you would be transported to level 14. Okay, upon exiting, okay. Alright, okay. Okay, if you would find an AM General HMMWV or Humvee, it results in an instant blackout and you would be teleported into level 49. Entering a hearse would lead to an instant death. Game over. If you would enter a Chevrolet Caprice 1973 Classic, you'd hear loud engine noises and obnoxious music would start to play until you would exit the car, okay? You might find a school bus too, and if you would enter a school bus, you'd hear children's laugh, and their laughter can be heard inside this bus. It is heavily recommended that these are avoided, as entities like smilers tend to lurk in these. So yeah. If you would find an ice cream truck, the effect is unknown. It is probably because nobody has entered an ice cream truck. So it is probably best to avoid this, so it is safest to avoid, okay? If you would enter a white 2018 Jeep Cherokee, air conditioning will turn on randomly, and random temperatures blast through. These temperatures change on a whim with no control. accessed by breaking through a weak brick wall in level 34. However, this task is particularly difficult. Speaking of the exits from level 35, one may leave through the ambulance or Humvee to other levels, or just exit through one of the many exits. This way is not recommended, however, because the location in which the exits lead to are not well documented, and they may lead through particularly dangerous situations or levels. It is unknown as of now, okay? So, this is level 35 explained and ASMR formatted. Backrooms level 35. The seamlessly near empty parking lot where cars lead to weird effects and teleportations. And so, I hope that you have gotten your tingles. Please drop a like if you have gotten your tingles. It will be greatly appreciated. And I want to get this content out. And yeah, hopefully hit everybody with warm tingles, okay? So, I make ASMR formatted videos for your tingles, where you would hopefully sleep, ease off your debt, and eventually clear out your entire balance of your sleep credit card. So, don't forget to look for the hidden glass of almond water hidden throughout the video, and if you did, comment down below the timestamp. And in the end, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you next time.